Anyway, it's an honor. Thank you for calling in. I know you probably can't say a lot.
Yeah, I have to be very circumspect. It's kind of like I have a
circumspect. I like when lawyers use big words like circumspect because it's like, oh yeah, people are like, oh, he's fancy. We don't even know what that means. First of all, the guy's a cokehead. Even his picture looks like it's done coke. Look at it. Look at that big schnoz. Of course he's gonna do coke. Even Neil's like, look at that nose. I mean, I have big ears, but look at his nose is bigger than his ears. So yes, does he do coke? Almost by accident, he's going to do coke. That nose is so big. But yeah, but he's circumspect about doing coke around his kids.
felony charge.
Yeah, I get it. It's funny to me that Aaron was like, why won't he talk? And then he said, well, you know he can't talk. And then he goes right back to like, why won't he talk?
Yeah, it's been a blast dealing with him in general, especially because like
you're his wife. Now you're complaining about his company.
We really can't. I mean, not only can we not talk, we really can't talk about him at all. Can
anyone talk about anything?
Obviously a potential witness, and so we've had to, just sit here and let him run his mouth as much as possible.
Run his mouth. Could you imagine? Imagine if I had to watch a guy, my wife, talking about complaining because I'm running my mouth as my wife.
Because, he's a potential state's witness. So that's.
Do you think
that have to sit here and take it? It's
after how many hours he's spoken about this, and after how many times?
This coming from Melton, who talks about it 6 hours a day. Now he's complaining about Aaron Himmel talking about it too much. Let it go, Aaron, says Melton. Let it go. You're obsessed with it, Melton says.
Someone like, well, again, we'll just talk, in general terms.
And also, I wanted Aaron on the show today just for, and I would have taken Johnny Crutches. I wanted some inside baseball talk on this.
When someone does something like this and they talk for a living, they sometimes speak for 8 hours a day. And they
You're talking about yourself now, Hunchy?
Contradict themselves.
Oh, now he definitely is talking about himself, right? Contradicting yourself constantly, lying about people, and then be like, I don't even know what anyone's talking about. You okay? Go to Melton's Twitter. Whenever you disagree with Melton, he always goes, you okay? That's his response to everything on Twitter. You okay? And if you're older than him, you okay, old man? You okay? He's so witty. You okay?
How many times publicly can they be used as, aren't they at that point completely worthless as a witness?
So again, speaking generally,
because you can't talk about this specific case. Got it.
Yeah, well, the credibility is up to the finder of fact in most cases. So that's going to be a jury or a judge in a bench trial. They get to determine the credibility of each witness. There are certain things that a person can do or say to so undermine their credibility that the court finds their testimony will not be useful. Where that place is going to be different.
Melton's thinking about donuts right now, or some kind of crawlers, or some Cinnabons. He has no response to any of this. He's like, "Did I eat breakfast yet?"
For every single person, I think in our case, he's got just facial credibility issues, but those have to be raised properly in court. Like, I can't be screaming about them online. Everybody wants me to call him out. You call him out for this, call him out for that. It's like, dude, I can't sit here and get into a pissing match with a potential state witness on the internet. I can't.
Well, you can do cocaine around your kids. That's okay. And you can homeschool your kids and do cocaine. I was thinking the other day, imagine if he found out there was a lot of coke. Imagine if he sent his kids to school and they tested his kids for coke and they tested positive in their hair follicles. Would Nick Ricotta be mad? But he thinks it's okay if he homeschools his kids and he pollutes their house and their breathing and their hair with coke. This guy's such a clown.
As much fun as that sounds, I can't do that.
Where's the news for this story? Did the news cover this story? Did the local news cover this story? The Nick Ricotta? I know it was in the press, in the old-fashioned press. online. But was there a news story about this?
Just have to kind of be quiet about it.
Just from a perspective of okay, let's say again in general terms, there's a woman. She's part of a duo on the radio, and then after there's a kind of a messy divorce.
No. He got involved. They got divorced because of him. You forgot to mention that, Fatty. Come on, Fatty Patty, do your due diligence.
Get to indefinitely go back and now tell story. You know what constitutes harassment in the sense that somebody like April would be able to seek her own restraining order for harassment to get this man who clearly it was named in the complaint for Kayla that you know they don't believe he'll stop unless some sort of action is taken to prevent him. Isn't it the same for April? I mean, this will affect her life going forward forever if he never.
There's a guy who used to torture April, but now he's white knighting for April. What a hunchy back clown.
Shuts up.
There's a guy who literally watched her every day and mocked her, but now he's on her side. Wow, you can't even make this shit up. Wow, and I thought Gino was the #1 clown. He's just a #1 clown.
Yeah, and it's
yeah, you're right, Fatty Patty.
April may at some point pursue a restraining order or pursue her own criminal action against him. I mean, harassment isn't just a civil action; it's a criminal act that doesn't require revenge or any of those other things.
Right. She should also sue Fatty Patty then, because he's been harassing her for months, maybe years.
Harassment is its own activity, and I mean, I think, in my opinion, he's gone well beyond the level of harassment. I mean, if everybody's
talking about Melton now, he has gone well beyond the level of regular harassment. This is super harassment.
Noticed. I've only recently started saying anything, but we have been exceptionally quiet, intentionally so. None of.
He's thinking, should I go to Shake Shack? Where should I go? Wings and things? Where should I go?
You know, our lives were geared to be out in the public like this, and having this one person.
He thinks,
none of you know, our lives were geared to be out in the public like this.
He wants to be shy. He wants to be like Lenny, under the radar.
And having this one person routinely say false things over and over.
About Melton now? Melton's been lying about April and the other guy and everybody for years now.
Over and over and vindictively, ambitiously do it. Probably falls into that category, but you know,
that would be a good story. Wings and things, wouldn't it? Is that a thing? Wings and things, chicken wings and other stuff.
At this point, we've been kind of hamstrung by the fact that we're not really able to talk much about our case in any sort of way, or anyone or anything that may be involved with it, like a state's witness. So
yeah, I mean, so maybe not harassment restraining order, but slander. For certain, when this is all over, I mean, there will be a trove of video evidence of him literally lying.
Of you, Melton? Melton's such a clown. Melton literally lies, knowingly lies, but now he's talking about other people and slander. What a clown. He's just a #1 clown. Hey, yeah. I just made Melton laugh, didn't I? Did he react to me saying he's #1 clown? Didn't he come up with the song? He's going to sue me for singing his song about me. Like Levy was going to take my channel down because I was playing images of him using me as an image.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's quite a bit just that people have seen where you can draw your own conclusions. I mean, oftentimes you're mitigating fact.
Mitigating, big words, big lines of coke, big nostrils.
For a harassment claim of any kind, and even in some cases slander or defamation is literally getting into a pissing match, a back and forth, a heated exchange, something like that.